Hi guys, welcome to Data Science and AI Quest. Today let's start with the topic which you all might be aware of, whether a little or more, but still then we will get to have a little bit of more understanding by getting through this topic, and we would be also revising some of the concepts and also be able to take on a wider perspective of the concept of this statistics. So what is statistics and how does this govern our life from day to day in all aspects like businesses and economics, weather, health sciences, and pretty much everything, as we are all surrounded by numbers. In our daily language, statistics is used in two senses, singular and plural. In the plural sense of statistics, statistics means numerical facts which are systematically collected as described by the Oxford Dictionary and Thesaurus. I repeat, statistics means numerical facts which are systematically collected as described by the Oxford Dictionary and Thesaurus. Thus, the simple meaning of statistics in plural sense is data. The simple meaning of statistics in plural sense is data. And in singular sense, statistics means the science of collecting, classifying, and using statistical facts or statistical data. I will repeat, in singular sense, statistics means the science of collection, classification, and usage of the statistical facts or the statistical data. So by the definition of statistics, we generally mean that statistics means both quantitative and qualitative data that can be used in economics and mathematics. For example, the production of wheat in USA has increased from 40 million tons in the 1970s to 60 million tons in the 2010s. This type of numerical figures such as 40 million tons and 60 million tons are a statistical data on the production of the wheat in USA for the respective years in the 1970s to the 2010s. So this is all taken in a statistical sense and perspective, because all these numbers, that is the year in which the production of wheat was made, that was around 40 million tons, and then comparison to the year in which 60 million tons was made, that is in 2010s. So all this is revolving around data. So one parameter is your year and the other parameter is the amount of production and how much was the amount of production in some perspective sense. Okay, so here in addition to the quantitative data, statistics also uses the aspects of qualitative data. So now we are venturing into the subdomain of qualitative data along with the quantitative data. In the other example that we saw, we were mostly getting to get familiar with the quantitative sense and the perspective of the statistical data, in where we got to see that in some particular year there was some particular amount of production of some food grains. Now we are getting into the topic of qualitative sense of this data. The chief characteristics of such information is that these quantities both describe attributes of a single entity. Here the wheat production in USA, that is important to record as accurately as possible. Even these quantities cannot be measured very accurately and specifically. So even though there is no specific parameter in which the total amount of the wheat production can be specified or measured in absolute sense, but in general terms by going through certain measures of collection, by implementing some methods of data collection, by generalizing the total collected data, one can get to see what was the rough figure over which this data had been collected. So now we take a small case over where we will be getting to know what is this qualitative sense of data, this qualitative sense of the statistical data, and how this qualitative sense of data could be also reconverted back to a quantitative sense of the data. So we will take an example. Let us take the example of gender, which can help in the distinction and identification of a specific person to be either a man or an woman or a boy or a girl. But this does not make much sense about the statistics of that person, so about the attributes of that person. Only the gender of a person has been mentioned over here. So none of the other attributes like features, age, and the quality of that person, whether he is highly skilled, whether he is normally skilled, or whether he is average skilled, or whether he is less than average skilled, these perspectives and these terms have not been properly specified. Okay, so now we will get into the intricacies of this. So what we will do, that we will take into consideration all these aspects and make a picture of what would be the qualitative aspects of this boy or man or the girl or the woman. Okay, and we will see how this qualitative data is also impacting the quantitative data. Okay, so here we got to see that the man has been taken for specific analysis. So but this doesn't make such sense about the attributes of that person, or so gender or male or female or boy or girl doesn't make much sense about the other significant attributes of that person about whom we may be speaking, or implicitly or explicitly we may be describing. So to make more sense about the object or the commodity about which we are describing about, one needs to speak about other externalities like better or worse, sick or in good health, like better or woe, or in sick condition, or whether he is having a good health or moderate health or average health or less than average health. And talking about skill, it could be also whether that person is skilled or unskilled or highly skilled or super skilled. These type of attributes may be also taken into consideration. So such type of qualitative information or statistics is often used in economics and sciences like social sciences and physical and health sciences too. The various types of quantitative information that one can think of could be like prices, incomes, taxes, whether this could be for any single person or a group of persons. So from this we are also getting to get familiar with what is this statistics, and how the statistics is not only in quantitative in nature, but also it revolves around the concepts of numbers and number crunching, but also it has the qualitative aspects as well. Statistics also takes in various other subjects like collection and organization of data. Statistics is also revolving around the various aspects and subjects like the collection and the organization of data too. So this aspect will also be covered in the next or the forthcoming topics. And now we will just step in. The next step in the process of the statistical analysis is on the ways of the presentation of the data. So after all this data has been collected, this data needs to be presented so that persons or government bodies or corporations who are taking some charge of this data, so that they would be taking some measures on how to promote some product, or how to cater to a problem, or how to reach out to the market and sort out the problem and find out a solution. Okay, this might be also the aspect over which these things are going to be shortly and very that means these are the products, these are the byproducts by which one could get to see how this collection of data has been done, and how this presentation of the data would be done, and why this after the post presentation of the data, how this analysis is made, so that all these products or analysis could be further extended, so that any type of condition which could be mitigated by this collection of the data could be figured out. So some attributes or specific features about the data that we can talk about is, this data could be in any particular shape or might not be in particular shape. This data could be tabular in nature, this could be diagrammatic data, and it could also revolve around some graphical forms of the data. The data that has been collected is then summarized by the process of calculation of various numerical parameters like mean, variance, standard deviation, etc. So these are some of the statistical matrices over where all the data could be computed, like the count of the total volume of the data, then what would be the mean, absolute mean, or the cumulative mean, and frequency of some of the attributes, variance, standard deviation, the interquartile range, the first interquartile, the second to the third interquartile, the third to the fourth, and the fourth to the fourth interquartile range, and where would be the outliers of the data as well. So these are some of the matrices over which this data also revolves around. So the data that has been collected is then summarized into these absolute matrices like mean, variance, standard deviation, etc. This all represents the broad characteristics of the data that has been collected, that is the set of the information, and the data that has been assimilated, which encompasses the types of operations then one needs to perform upon the data to see any good results from the data. So this is how the statistical description of all those data would be done at a later point of the process of the collection of the data. So whenever the data has been collected, these are the absolute matrices over where this data could be put to, and some rough analysis or some concrete analysis could be done, and then whatever the analysis would yield a result, those results would be formulated into proper viewable, actionable items or objects over where some designated persons or analysts could further the point of taking some action over those collected data. So this is that's it from Data Science and AI Quest, and I hope a little bit of introduction about how this data collection and statistical perspectives of quantitative data and qualitative data, and what are the various forms of estimation of some statistical matrices have also been covered in this particular topic. And thanks a lot for watching this. Thank you. Have a nice day.